Chair.
Order number 3.
Order number 3, messages.
Order number 4.
Order number 4, petition.
Order number 5.
Order number 5, papers.
Order number 6.
Order number 6, notices of motion.
Order number 7.
Order number 7, statements.
Chairperson ICT.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, sir, I raise in response to a statement sought by Honorable Alphonse Maya from the Department of Education. And Mr. Speaker, the statement was whether the County Executive Committee member in charge of education and ICT is aware that construction of Mabaya Nyundo electrical workshop, a project that was budgeted for and tendered at a contract sum of 6,537,116 in the financial year 2018-2019 is installed? If yes, who is the contractor and how much has been paid for the project so far? 2, what measures is the CECM taking to ensure that the project is completed and handed over to the institution? Mr. Speaker, this is the response on the subject matter, Mr. Speaker, and the statement the response is as follows, Mr. Speaker. That indeed this is a project that the department initiated through conditional grant to vocational training centers, VTC, of financial year 2018-2019. And number 2, that tender of construction of the workshop was awarded to Kuchacha Enterprise of PO Box 369 code 8200 at Kenya shillings 5,966,657.20. Number 3, that the project is currently at roofing level, iron sheets fitted, that is. The contractor was paid a total of Kenya shilling 2,788,463.07. The balance amount from the contract is 3,188,194.13. Number 4, that the department contacted the contractor who returned back on site and is currently working on fittings and finishes. We are closely following this progress to ensure that there is no further delays. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I agree with the chair. The contractor is on site and the construction is moving with speed. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's move to the statement by Honorable Kadenge.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Once again, Mr. Speaker, I raise in a response sought by Honorable David Kadenge, and the statement, Mr. Speaker, was whether the County Executive Committee member in charge of Education and ICT is aware that both HGM and St. Andrews Primary School 2-number classroom ECD project have stalled. If yes, why have the project stalled? And what measures is the County Executive Committee member in charge of Education and ICT taking to ensure completion of the 2 projects? Mr. Speaker, the response to the same goes that the construction work at HGM preschool had stopped because the contractor had raised a payment certificate of Kenya shilling 2,221,904.06, which was paid on 17th May 2020. The contractor has since ordered the roofing materials and is back on site, working on fittings and finishes. There are attachments to that, Mr. Speaker. Number 2, that the contractor of St. Andrews Preschool placed an order of roofing material from MRM, which took some time because the MRM at Mariakani was closed down temporarily due to the coronavirus pandemic. The contractor had to therefore order the roofing materials from Nairobi. The contractor has since taken roofing materials to site and is currently working on roofing, plastering, fittings and finishes as attached, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
Mbokadenge.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'm contented and satisfied with the response from my able chair. The contractors are on site. Thank you.
It seems the education department has woken up from its slumber.
Yeah.
And in the absence of any other business in the order paper, the House stands adjourned until Wednesday next week. Thank you very much.